Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be starting a kind of new series that I want to do on my channel. This is basically going to help me kind of work my way through my physical TBR. If you guys haven't seen it recently, this is it here. So quite a lot of books I have and have not read, like I have physically and haven't read yet, and also got books on my Kindle Unlimited that I want to read. So this basically is going to be a series where I pick a certain amount of books on my TBR, normally about 5 to read for a week or so, maybe longer depending, and basically they all pertain to a certain category. So in today's video I'm going to be reading the longest books on my TBR. I want to do one with the shortest, highest rated, most popular, all that type of stuff. So in today's video we are going to be reading the longest books on my TBR. I'm filming this intro clip after I've done this video. I'm just about to film the outro as well, giving all my thoughts. I don't know where the first clip went. I think I must have accidentally deleted it. In this video, the books I'm reading I also take with me on holiday whilst I'm traveling around Montenegro and Albania. So it took me about 2.5 weeks to finish all these books, so you'll see me kind of talking about the different places I'm in as well in this video. Not like a proper travel vlog or anything, but just it will be mentioned. Just wanted to kind of clear that up. But in today's video we are going to be reading 5 books. So 3 of them are going to be on my phone. We have Darling Venom, which I believe is 712 pages, All Roads Lead Here, which is about 575, and A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, which was like 520 I think. And then physical books wise we have The Circle, which is 491 pages, and then also The Spanish Love Deception, which is 468. So these 2 books plus 3 on my phone are going to be the ones that we are reading this video. And just a little taster, we have some 5-star reads and some like really low rated reads too. So it's a big mix and I'm really excited to get into reading these obviously, and excited for you guys to see them. So yeah, really hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so we are now in Montenegro. We have arrived in Kotor and I've been reading Darling Venom all day. I read it on the plane and on the bus ride from the airport to here, which was about like 2.5 hours or so, and I've been reading it this evening as well. I'm now 47% of the way through it and I'm absolutely loving it so far. I think this could be a 4 or 5-star read, really liking it. So I'm currently on page 339 out of 217, so I'll definitely finish this in the next 2 days or so. I don't think I'll finish it tomorrow because we don't have like a lot of downtime planned. It's quite a busy day, but should definitely finish it the next day on the next bus ride maybe or something. But yeah, who knows. I'm loving it so far, really enjoying it, and I probably would not have run to pick it up because it is quite long. It's obviously the longest book on my TBR, but yeah, really enjoying it, and yeah, I love it so far. I'm less rooting for the love story, more like rooting for like actually to find out everything that happens, because I'm really interested and invested in the story. But yeah, absolutely loving it. Hey guys, so a little update. We finished Darling Venom and I loved it so much. That was definitely a 5-star book for me. I was obsessed with it. I was definitely very intimidated because it was like 712 pages. I mean, some of the bit at the end I believe was like an extract from another book, but it was the longest book that I'd ever read personally, and I really didn't like the other longest romance book that I've read, which was Things We Never Got Over. Like, I really didn't like that. I felt it dragged, didn't need to be so long. But this one, I literally felt like it went so fast. I always wanted to keep reading, and it was definitely like so interesting to me. I really enjoyed it. I loved the characters, and I think it was also so much more than a romance. It was definitely a story about like grief, forgiveness, and obviously love as well. But like, it was just really good, and I really loved it. And I honestly didn't want it to end. Like, when I got to, I had like what looked like 10% left, and then suddenly it was like epilogue, and I was like, and I literally didn't even want it to end. I was like kind of sad that it ended, and I just thought the writing was so good. I really enjoyed it. So that was a proper 5-star read for me. Really love that one. And then now we are starting All Roads Lead Here. So I've started a little bit. I finished Darling Venom yesterday, so I started this book and I'm currently 14% of the way through. It's the Mariam Zapata book and I'm enjoying it so far. I feel like it's giving very much like small town romance, Grumpy Sunshine, kind of a classic type of thing. thing. Again, this one seems to have a little bit more to it than just solely romance. It seems to be more about this kind of girl kind of finding herself, I guess. I think she's had like a divorce, and like her mother went missing a while ago, so she's like going back to her hometown to do all the hikes that her mum loved. And so I'm hoping we'll get some more info on the missing mother, but overall I'm really enjoying it so far. Not quite as much as Darling Venom. I think at the moment this is looking at about 4 stars for me. It's not the best I've heard from a Mariana Zapata book. I've heard other ones that have better reviews, but this is obviously the longest on my TBR that I had on my Kindle Unlimited library, so that's why I obviously picked it up. But yeah, very excited to see where it goes. I think maybe a 4-star for me, but obviously could go better, could go worse, who knows. But yeah, just a little update. I'm now in Sveti Steven as well. This is my view, you can't actually see the island, but we've been to Budva and obviously did Kotor as well. Tomorrow we're going off to Albania, and we have like a 3-hour bus, so definitely think I should get a good way through. All roads lead here, and I am really enjoying it so far. So yeah, that is the next one on the list, and we are kind of making our way through it. I definitely think, fingers crossed, I should finish all of these in the 2 weeks that I've been away, but again, who knows. So I've got this one left, and then A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, The Circle, and The Spanish Love Deception. So we will see. But yeah, first book was a big win. Absolutely loved it, and I don't know whether I would have read it so soon if it wasn't for this video, and I'm so glad I did. Literally adored it. So yeah, hopefully the next one will be just as good. Okay, I can't lie, it is like a week and a half later because I'm an awful YouTuber, but I'm here with some updates. So All Roads Lead Here put me in the biggest reading slump ever. I understand that the book is good, I don't think it's bad, but it was just like dragging on. I just was not that intrigued by it. Like, I'd be reading to the end of the chapter, whereas normally if I'm really into a book, I'll just like keep reading and reading, and then I'll kind of just stop midway through a chapter. But then I decided to kind of put that down for a little bit, and we had a bit of a beach day, a couple of them actually, and I picked up The Spanish Love Deception. So we are now about this much through the book. I don't know if you can see my mark there, but we are on page 121, so really not too much left, to be honest. And to be fair, I'm actually reading that quite slowly too. I don't know why. Again, it's just not gripping me as much. Normally, I think it was over the course of like 3 days that I've read this, like just sitting by the beach and stuff, and I think normally I'd be able to finish a book in maybe 1, but definitely 2, like if all I was doing was reading, but it just wasn't gripping me too much. Now it's getting a lot better, and I am getting more into it. And then yesterday we had a longer car journey, like a bus back to where we're getting the airplane from, and like basically, like when we haven't spoken, I've been through the whole of Albania traveling, but literally, and we're about to go home today. But I'm now at 71% of the way through All Roads Lead Here. So today we have the 3-hour plane journey, and obviously some time in the airport. So my goal is to finish both the Spanish Love Deception, because we've only got like 150 pages left, and then also finish All Roads Lead Here because we've only got about 30% left. I don't know how well you can see. I'm trying to show you, but it's really overexposed. Yeah, we've only got about 30% left, so hopefully I can get them both done. If I can, I will either get started on The Circle or A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, but I may just have to extend this video. I thought I was going to finish it all over this holiday, but clearly not. Hopefully just a couple more days. I think I could kind of whack out those 2 other books in the space of 2 days because I haven't got too much planned once I'm back home. But yeah, just a little update from me. Why I haven't really updated you is because I've been struggling with these books, but today the goal is to finish both, and I think we can. Okay, so little update. Obviously, as you can see, we are home now. On the plane yesterday, I did finish both The Spanish Love Deception and All Roads Lead Here. Spanish Love Deception, I gave a 3.5. I did really like the couple in it. I thought they were really cute. It was a fun story, but definitely something I've read before, like very much a mix of The Hating Game and The Love Hypothesis. Again, that's not like necessarily a bad thing, but just thought it was kind of like an average cute romance. Preferred it to The Hating Game, didn't like it as much as The Love Hypothesis. And then with All Roads Lead Here, I gave it 3.75. I did find it a bit slow to get into, and it didn't grip me that much, but overall it was kind of more of a unique story for me. I feel like I haven't really read books like that recently, at least. Like, it's very different, and I really like the kind of grumpy sunshine trope in this, where he wasn't like just mean. I really liked them together. I thought the build-up was a lot more realistic, and I really enjoyed it. And I also enjoyed kind of seeing, felt like more of a story about her rather than a romance necessarily. Like obviously there was romance in it, but it was more about her kind of finding herself and things like that. So little update for today, I am getting the train into London, so I should have some time to read, and I'm hoping to get a bit through The Circle. Obviously it's a bit of a thick one, but I'm going to be bringing it with me today and hopefully reading this one today. I hope to finish it either today or tomorrow, and then I'm going to be doing A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime and then we'll be done. But I'm really hoping to finish this challenge in the next 3 days or so, because it's just been taking a lot longer than I expected. So we'll give this one a go. It's going to be a completely different book altogether, a lot more dystopian I think. So yeah, very excited to give this one a go. So yeah, that's what I'll be reading today. Hey guys, little update. So it's the next morning and we actually read a decent amount of The Circle yesterday. I'm now this far through, so nearly finished. It's separated into 3 books. The last one's like a page long, but I'm now officially on book 2 and I'm on page 344. So we've really made a decent way through this book and I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely exceeded my expectations, so I'm very excited to finish that. I definitely think I should be able to finish that one this evening, but today I'm getting my nails done and I don't want to take a physical book, so I'm going to be reading on my phone and I'm going to be reading A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. So I've started the first 3 chapters of this, I believe. I'm on page 32 now and I'm not loving it. I'm really not enjoying it so far. I'm just finding it very contrived and like feels like Wattpad in the worst way possible, but I am going to give it a go. I'm getting my nails done, so I'm going to be sitting for like an hour and a half, 2 hours getting them redone because they are severely grown out now. I don't know how we can tell, but I think we're going to get purple to match the eyeshadow of course, and yeah, I'm gonna read it there and then see how I feel after that, because if I'm still not liking it I'm just going to DNF it, not permanently but just for now, because I don't want this video to drag out if I'm not enjoying it. But yeah, that is the plan for today, but we will definitely finish The Circle and get a good way through A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. Hey guys, so it is the evening now. It's about 7:45 and I did get my nails done. So they are, you can't really see too well in this light, but they look blue, they're purple, match my eyeshadow, but I did get through a little bit more of A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. So now I'm on page 95 and I'm 18% of the way through the book. So I was only there for about just under an hour actually. It was very quick today because I just needed an infill. So it's okay. I don't know whether I'm gonna kind of temporarily DNF this one. Like I'm gonna finish The Circle tonight. I've only got like 144 pages I think I worked out to be left, so definitely think I can finish that and I'm really enjoying it. And then I guess I'll just read a little bit more of A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, but I'm not loving it at the moment. It's about Ren and Crew. Ren is indescribably annoying as a person and Crew just seems not nice, so not loving it at the moment. It also just seems, like I said before, like a poorly written Wattpad book, like in terms of the plot and things that are kind of happening. Like they're forced to do a project together where they just have to get to know each other, and I'm like, when in what school would that ever happen, that your like entire project for the term or semester or whatever is to do it on another person in your class and you have to get to know them. I don't know whether it's just English schools, but we do not do that. So yeah, I think I'm going to finish off The Circle, see if I still feel like reading after that. If I do, I'll read a bit more of A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, but if not, I might just have to kind of temporarily DNF it and finish this video here, because I just don't want to A, be put into a reading slump, and B, just be like kind of forcing myself to read it over the next few days. I don't want to drag this video out any longer because I've already gone over kind of when I plan to finish this. But now we are going to read The Circle and finish this off, and I'm very excited. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so I just finished reading The Circle and I loved it. This was such an unexpected favourite for me. It's got kind of low reviews. It's got like a 3.44 star on Goodreads, but I loved this. I thought it's so good. I feel like it kind of applies more now than when it came out. It's quite old. I think some of the reviews from like 7 years ago or stuff, so I can understand why maybe then it would have seemed like extremely unrealistic, but now it's like kind of got links to like real life and stuff. And I also think that it's a dystopian, so it doesn't have to be 100% realistic. But I love this. I actually ended up giving this a 4.75. Thought I was going to give it like 4.25, 4.5, but I actually really enjoyed this and I really liked the ending too. I was like really interested where it was going to go. Then I thought it went one way and I was really disappointed, and then it went like another way and I was like, whoa, okay, cool. I really enjoyed this one, so I would definitely recommend this. I'm really glad I picked it up for this video because obviously it was on my TBR shelf, but I don't think I would have got around to it anytime soon. And there is a sequel, so I think I might give it a go and pick it up, the sequel as well, but I don't really know I don't know whether that's going to be a bit repetitive. I quite like where this one ended off, so I'll read the blurb for the sequel and see what I think. But now I'm probably just going to read A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime for a little bit more. I'm not too sure how much of this I am going to get through. I might just kind of soft DNF it for now. I just can't really be bothered. I might try and get to maybe like 25% through, and then we'll see how I'm feeling, and if I'm not enjoying it, I will probably close off this video here and probably finish this off in the next couple of months. But there's other books that I'd much rather be reading right now other than this one, A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. And it's not a proper TBR like book, it's not from my bookshelves, it's just on my phone, so it's not like it'll be an issue for me like having it on my bookshelves and stuff. But yeah, gonna give that a go now. I cannot stand this book. I actually can't stand it. I'm on 25% through now, on page 133, and I can't read this right now. I will finish it at some point because I don't like DNFing books. I may give it 1 star, who knows, but oh my god, Ren is the most judgmental, internalized misogyny, like annoying girl I've ever met in my life. She literally calls people that have sex, like, I don't know, outside of marriage, so she's saying that they succumbed to the boys, and basically gives them lectures if something bad happens to them, that they got themselves in that position basically. And Crew only cares about the people at school being misogynistic and taking advantage of girls. When it comes to Ren, did not care at all before and willingly participated in half of it. So horrible boy, and not a very nice girl either. So yeah, really don't even care if they end up together, don't even care if they do anything really. So I will probably finish this book at some point slowly, but I'm not finishing this video because I do not want to put myself through that. I have no idea how people like this book. I'm like 130 pages and it's bad. So also it's just written, feels like it's written so poorly. Ren is like, but I like him suddenly for no reason, and Crew also just has started liking her and being overly possessive, like to an insane amount over her. Mainly because the boys at his school are horrible and misogynistic and borderline sexually assaulting girls. And oh yeah, at one point he literally grabs her boobs, and then later on they talk about it and he goes, oh, you liked it too much to call it assault? And she was like, not really, and like it was all flirty or whatever, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. So will not be finishing that one for this video. I will give a update in the morning, like just talk about other books and my thoughts and stuff, because I'm like too in a bad mood from that book. But overall, the first book, The Circle, was really, really good. So it's been a wide range of books from this video. But yeah, I will see you in the morning, where I will give you more conclusive thoughts and conclusion to this video. Okay, so I wanted to sit down and give my thoughts on all of these books. So I'm going to go in order of best to worst, I think. Obviously, you've heard me talk a lot yesterday about A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, so I won't get into that. But firstly, we had Darling Venom, which is the first book I read, and in my opinion, the best book I read. This I gave a 5 stars to, and I absolutely loved this. I feel like this was more than just a romance. It was a story about grief, about guilt, about forgiveness, like family loss, like stuff like that, and it was really, really good, and I really, really enjoyed it. I feel like it wasn't like a mystery, but I kept like wanting to turn the pages to find out what was going to happen next, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good, so I definitely recommend that. Obviously look up trigger warnings, but overall I think that was an incredible book, probably one of my favorites of the year. I haven't found myself like devouring such a long book before, but I literally took like 3 days to read it, and I was like really busy traveling during that, so that just shows how good it was. Then the next best book that I read would be The Circle by Dave Eggers. I actually really enjoyed this a lot more than I was expecting to. I definitely don't think I would have picked it up off of my TBR if it wasn't for this video for a long time, but this is a nice like dystopian book where the circle basically kind of controls almost all of the internet, and it's kind of a really interesting kind of portrayal into kind of like, I guess, indoctrination, manipulation, and it's kind of seems a little bit cult-like at some points, and overall I really, really enjoyed this. I think I will pick up the sequel. I want to see what it's about, because I feel like if it follows directly on, it will be a bit repetitive. I did find at some points, the reason it wasn't like a full 5 stars and I gave it 4.75 was because at some points it felt slightly repetitive. The plot was always moving forward, but just some points, like I never got bored, but it did feel very kind of similar-y, I guess. But overall I did enjoy this. I think that it really relates a lot more now than probably when it was first published to kind of like current life and stuff, but yeah, really enjoyed this one. There was like a minor like reveal at the end, which I thought was so obvious anyway. I don't know whether that was meant to be kind of like a big reveal, but either way I still really enjoyed this book, so that was a 4.75 for me. Then we have All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata, and I really enjoyed this book too. This definitely kind of slowed me down. It didn't put me in a full reading slump, but it definitely, I wasn't loving it quite as much as I'd loved Darling Venom, which was the book that I read before. So I gave this one 3.75. I probably would have rated it a bit lower if it was less of a kind of, I felt, unique story. I mean, it was very much small town Grumpy Sunshine, that type of vibes, but it had a lot of character development. It was focused on the main protagonist rather than the kind of romance side of it. That didn't even happen until about 60% in, and it was a lot more about her kind of finding herself and things like that. And I felt like all of the characters in here, at least the main three and even some of the side characters, were super fleshed out, which I really appreciated. I loved the family and found family relationships in this book. I loved Amos, who was one of the, like, he was a kid, I think he was about 15, 16, and I absolutely loved him. I thought he was so sweet. And Aurora's relationship with him I really liked as well. And I really liked the way the Grumpy kind of main character, Grumpy love interest, was done in this book. He wasn't just like mean for the sake of being mean. He was just kind of like guarded and shy, really. And it just came across slightly gruff, but he seemed really sweet. So some of these things that Rose did in this book, I was like, that is absolutely adorable. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one, but it was a bit slow, and I would have loved just for the first half to maybe be a little bit more fast-paced, or maybe like 100 pages shorter. I feel like it could have been, but overall I did enjoy it. Then we have the Spanish Love Deception, which is super popular. I gave this one 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. I loved Aaron and Alona together. I felt the kind of third act conflict seemed a bit silly. Like, I understand why it happened, but it just annoyed me a little bit. I don't think it was necessary, but I really liked them together. I thought he was really sweet. It really reminded me of The Hating Game, and I didn't love The Hating Game, but I did prefer this. And The Fake Dating reminded me obviously of The Love Hypothesis, which I liked more. But overall this was just a fine, cute book. I will probably read The American Roommate Experiment, but I just won't rush to that, I don't think. Probably read it sometime next year. It was just kind of okay. It was a very average read, probably slightly above average I think for a romance. Like, I thought it was very cute, but I don't think it needed to be so long. I think it was very long for kind of no reason, to be honest. But overall it was good and I did enjoy it, so I would recommend if you love a little bit of enemies to lovers. They're not even enemies really, just kind of like rivals to lovers, and fake dating. Definitely would recommend. I think I'm starting to get a little bit sick of this trope just because it's so common in like popular books at the moment. So I think I'm going to try and look for more like friends to lovers, second chance romance, stuff like that, because I think it will intrigue me a bit more, and then come back to other enemies to lovers. And then lastly we have my soft DNF, which was A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. I've been slowly like reading a chapter at a time through. I'm only like a couple chapters further than where I left it off last night, and I'm just really not super interested in this book. I feel like it's moving reasonably quickly because there's not a lot of writing on each page, so I should finish this maybe by the end of the month or so, but I'm just really not that keen on it. I don't like either of the protagonists, and I understand that there's probably character development, but like it's already like 150 pages in and like they're still annoying. And yeah, I just feel like it's Wattpad-y in a bad way. Like, I love the drama of Wattpad, and angst and stuff like that, and some of the tropes, but this one just feels like it was kind of written by a 13-year-old maybe. And I've heard that this was YA, but there's some very like slightly explicit scenes and language and stuff already, and I don't mean like swearing and stuff, but like sexual stuff really, so I wouldn't really call this YA, I don't think. So I don't then understand why the writing sounds like it was written for and by a teenager, but oh well. Some people love this, so I will continue through because people really seem to enjoy it, but at the moment it's like a 1 star for me, so really not enjoying that one. But you'll probably hear my opinions about it in the next few months, but I don't want to drag out this video for another few days as I kind of like force myself into a reading slump with that book. But yeah, that was my thoughts on all of the books. So massive recommendation of The Circle and Darling Venom. Absolutely love those, so definitely pick them up if you are interested and you like the sound of them. But yeah, if you liked this video and you are interested in seeing more, I'm going to do the shortest books on my TBR soon, so make sure you check that out. That should be out in the next couple of weeks, so do stick around and subscribe if you want to see that. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like down below. If you want to watch one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a loading tab in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!